What's going on, world? It's Friday, August 15th, 2014. Me and S meeting 88. First and foremost, want to give credit where credit is due to the Most High for allowing us another opportunity to come together at the end of the week. I'm going to jump right into it. Whole Foods market requirements, copy of shelf life stability, copy of product labels, insurance stating WFM as additional insured, and lastly, from us, do we deliver directly? From the co-packer, they need a copy of third-party inspection report for the year 13 and 14, copy of recall system documentation, date of last mock recall performed, copy of written good manufacturing practices or GMPs, or good agricultural practices, GAPs, copy of all official audit/inspection reports, state and county, all permits, licenses, state and/or county and/or city, copy of bioterrorism registration number, employee illness policy/food safety incidents management plan, and corrective action log. This is observed in case there is a customer complaint. Lastly, if the facility has ever received a Class 1 recall, provide copy of all documentation or document associated with recall. And then the referred labs shelf life analysis report, Charlene Bisley and Resco Laboratories. I reached out to Charlene to get a quote and see what their expenses are to run a test for a sealed and open bottle of ooze juice at room temperature. I should receive a response back on Monday. And then I reached out to Devin Wakeland, UL Verification Services Incorporated. Devin sent me over the quotes, and I asked for, and here's what their company charges. Not sure. So as you can see at the bottom right there, the total comes out to $1,668, and that's for, they do 18 months to verify the life expectancy for 12 months. He said that he was able to cut the prices down a little bit, but on Monday I'll give him a call and go from there to just for him to explain it a little bit more in detail. When we were talking to ABC Testing, they were like $400 cheaper, like around $600, but Whole Foods, that's not on Whole Foods recommended list of labs that perform this type of test that they're looking for. And so I'm waiting. I'm going to see what Charlene is going to provide me with those quotes, and then I'll get back to you guys. But it's basically the same things we talked about last year when we were talking to ABC Testing, and we did that first test, and then the second test was going to come after the 6-month span, and then this is basically for us. It's another expense, but one that we do have to incur because when you start going after these larger retailer establishments, obviously you're going to need it. You're going to need this this shelf life analysis report in your back pocket. So we're not going to get around this. So just to explain what Sean said, or what Devin said, he said that for prices, both a refrigerated study out to 18 months to verify a 1 year life, as well as an accelerated study. The accelerated study represents more of a room temperature storage, such as warehouse storage. We would recommend analyzing both. Also, it may be beneficial to consult with Whole Foods to note their requirements. I've already made some savings. Where possible, I lowered the storage fee to $40, so the weekly pulls would work out to $10 per week, and the two prices would be equivalent. 4 weeks price equals monthly charge. I reduced the setup fee, added flavor to the physical appearance, etc., which would be a 2-member organoleptic sensory test, so it is a little cheaper than the 3-member evaluation. If the vitamin A is only from the juices, then it would be beta carotene calculated as vitamin A. Please confirm. Brix is a crude measure of sugars or solids, so it isn't a sugar profile and is much cheaper. The 1 month accelerated doesn't need the calcium since it is done at 0 or initial time. I forgot that since there is a sensory, we would need 3 units per pool. Also, we would want about 6 to 8 extra bottles of juice in addition to the total units, just in case we need to retest. I know there's a lot of information here, so please, if you have any questions, let's set a call up for Monday to discuss the options. So all those numbers that you're seeing, basically, this is what it meant. So I wanted to bring up some interesting news that I have found out from Annie Korkova. Where's she at? There we go. Actually, it's Jade. Sorry about that. It's Jade. So we'll start with Steve Shockley, and then we'll go on. But Steve Shockley, Shockley Insurance, Steve actually reached out to me because they received a request from Whole Foods to be listed on additional insured. And here goes what he told me. Whole Foods requires general liability limits of $2 million per occurrence with a $4 million general aggregate. You have $1 million per occurrence with a $2 million general aggregate. That's what we got right now. They're asking for contractual liability, which is excluded under our current policy. If we are going to do business with Whole Foods, the first thing we would need to do is ask them to send a copy of the requirements to see what they would require of us. Next, we would have to ask them for an exception and accept our limits as they are, which may or may not work, or we'll have to look at getting a more robust policy for us. Either way, most insurance companies charge a fee to add an additional insured onto their policy. That fee can be as little as $55 or $180 per year, just depends on the company. And then I sent that email to Sean Byrne, who is the manager of the Whole Foods in Monterey. He got in touch with Jade Burnham, and then Jade had sent me an email. Our general liability, obviously, what we have right now, it doesn't meet the requirements, so it didn't work for us when we came at them and said, can you work with us? And they're not gonna make any exceptions. They got to stay true to what they've been doing. There's no favoritism involved. But Jade had reached out to me and she said, general liability 1 million per occurrence, 1 million personal advertising injury, 2 million general aggregate, 2 million products completed operations aggregate, and then include the contractual liability, Whole Foods and their address and whatnot. And then here goes the next thing. If we're delivering directly to the stores, we will also require, or they will also require, the following: auto liability, 1 million per occurrence combined, single limit for bodily injury, property damage, workers' comp, 1 million if you have employees. So that's what Jade sent me, and I sent it to Steve to see what kind of quotes that he could come up with, and finding for us, like you said, a more robust policy if we're going to try and get into these doors. And I mean, next week we'll get a little bit more information on what the deal is with Steve and Shockley Insurance. But how I was thinking about it, I was just like, wow. After all these accounts that we've gained, there's nothing that's been like this account, and understandably, it's the biggest one of the biggest natural channel grocery stores. And so, I mean, like I believe it's preparing us, because when we do start going after other larger retailers, they're going to be needing all these things as well. So it's, I mean, the only thing that I'm looking at is like, dang, this thing is really expensive. Like everywhere you go, you just get hit with something new, and I mean, I guess for us, we just gotta keep in mind that God is in control, and know that if we're gonna have to find some kind of way to make sure that we take care of these expenses, especially going after the big players like this. Because once this door opens up, I just have a good feeling, personally. You get an account like this, you gain entry into an account like this. It's not only great on the resume, but it makes a lot of other people more aware, and that's what we want. But we just have to go through the process of getting onto the shelf before all of that will come to pass. And I mean, it's real. To me, it's just like, wow, one thing after another. It just keeps on piling up right now. It just for this, I don't know what this whole run, and not only the run and everything that we've been talking about, and just keeps on coming, and it's just like, wow, yeah, let's get these sunny days back or something. I mean, it's not like it's all bad in this, but it's just one thing after another, like I said, and it just keeps on coming, and we just really want to get out of it. And the only way we're going to get out of it is taking care of these insurance policies that are required, and then just moving on. I mean, because I mean there's no other way unless we go the other. I mean, the other way is don't even go into Whole Foods, but that's not an option, you know. But I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, I just look at it as these are obviously investments that we definitely need to make. But if you look at it way down the line, this is the reason why companies are protected. They don't get sued,
Yep.
fully. It's the insurance, that covers us, and that's why we pay insurance. So, I mean, the bigger accounts we get, obviously, like you said, they're going to require more. And, I mean, if we want to play on a level, then that's what we have to do.
Sure. But other than like all of that with Whole Foods, pretty much I filled out all the paperwork besides one, because I'm still waiting to get this information back from these companies and then proceed forward uh, with the shelf analysis report. I'm not sure how long it takes. I don't know if it. I don't know. I mean, within that, I don't know if what Sean meant with the 4 to 6 weeks it usually takes is because of people who had already done a shelf analysis report, and then obviously you turn in all the paperwork and there it goes. But for those who haven't, I don't know if it still takes that amount of time because of when working with these other companies and then running the tests. How did I'm not sure how they determine, and this is what I'll find out come Monday. How do you really does it really take a whole 18-month process for them to do these tests and run these samples just so we know, or how does that all work out so we can get in these doors uh, within the time frame that we were told. So once I get all that information, we'll be a lot more smarter for when our next flavor comes and be able to take care of business accordingly. Then next up we have this guy named Giovanni Mendita. He's a gamer, and then Giovanni reached out to us because he made a team that hopes to be professional gamers, but they don't have the support. They're asking for sponsorship, and in return, they would give back to our organization. This was the guy I was talking about on Wednesday when he reached out to us, and he said, man, shout out to Oost Juice LLC. He tweeted, they're the only company that responded back to us. And no matter what, I don't really care what people may think if we basically give them the truth about what position we're in, but at least you're going to get a response. I mean, we're not one of those companies that don't respond to things, and I believe that's why a lot of people, just like himself, they respect what we're doing here, because major companies, they're not going to respond back to you, or even if they do, it's just it's somebody else that doesn't have authority, and they're just going to give you some drag. So the next one up is called War by the Shore. Angelo Henry Reality LLC. So Angelo reached out to us and he sent us a sponsorship information for his upcoming event scheduled for November 22nd, 2014. There are 7 bouts, 600 plus guests are expected. It will be held at Laguna Grande Ballroom in the Embassy Suites in Seaside. The doors will open up at 6 p.m. and the event will be from 7 to 10 p.m. So let me show you. Here goes what the proposals were. There's a sponsorship package information. To our potential partners, Reality LLC is a group that was formed to address growing concern regarding the success rate of our youth and the way opportunity is being presented to the citizens of our community. We will look to organize clubs of like-minded individuals to promote, support teamwork, and the common interests we share at Reality. We believe that to strengthen the community, we must influence and strengthen the mentalities and morals of our younger generation through activities that gear toward benefiting their future. We give opportunity to those in need of or interested in physical fitness, self-defense, and mixed martial arts. With the War by the Shore, we aim to bring the community together and raise awareness of the overlooked positive benefits and aspects of mixed martial arts, focus on health, fitness, and higher levels of confidence that come with MMA addresses primitive problems in our society, such as bullying and drug abuse. Our goal is to showcase this event with only the fighters who have proven to be true mixed martial artists, both inside and outside of the cage. We hope this exhibition can promote the professionalism of the sport and open the door for anyone and everyone that is interested in pursuing MMA as a hobby or a career path. Your involvement in this event will not only highlight your interest in the community-related events as well as your support in a positive solution we aspire to provide our local citizens, but also allow us to assist in bringing new and returning patrons to your business. Thank you for taking the time to read this letter. We hope that our vision has reached your mind in the most inspirational and optimistic manner. Your help will be greatly appreciated, not just to us, but everyone in our community. Wishing you the very best, Angela Henry, founder, Reality LLC. Event information, here it goes. Amateur MMA event, November 22nd, 7 bouts, 600 guests, everything I just said. Their target audience, Monterey County men and women ages 18 to 39. 126,000 people meet this criteria. Mixed martial arts fans, martial arts students, military personnel, CSUMB students. Why should you sponsor War by the Shore? Major brand exposure over several medias. Event marketing strategy, 11-week promotional period, September 1st to November 22nd, posters, flyers. Local businesses, martial arts, gyms, military community boards, NPC, CSUMB. Social media marketing, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Local print publications, Monterey County Weekly, Monterey County Herald, Salinas, California, Santa Cruz Sentinel, radio ads, title sponsors only. How does your business benefit? Brand and logo printed on all promotional media. Radio for title, sponsor only. 600 plus guests at the event, thousands more via print publication and social media promotions. Your logo will be printed on the official event t-shirt. Promotional packages available for advertising. Budgets of all sizes. And here goes the sponsorship packages. Bronze, brand exposure on event flyers, posters, and t-shirts. 2 cage side seats, 1,500. Silver, brand exposure on banner and event ballroom, brand feature, and YouTube promotional video. 2 cage side seats, all brand exposure, including in bronze package, 3,000. Gold brand exposure on cage. Skirt, 1 VIP table, seats 3, 1 free room at Embassy Suites for the night of the event. All brand exposure included in silver package. 5,000 title. Event presentation credit, only sponsor feature in radio ads, brand exposure in cage, paddling, limousine service night of the event. 1 free room at Embassy Suites. Nights before and after. 2 VIP tables, seat 6, brand exposure included in gold package, and that's 10,000. Here goes their commitment page. It reads, I mean, pretty much basic stuff, but I mean, all the important information we just went over right now. And you met Angelo before, right?
No, I didn't meet him, but I know you guys have been doing a lot of stuff with him, and he's been one of our first sponsors or first big supporters.
Yeah.
The guy that fights with Brian, right?
Yeah. The dude that's in the picture with him in the gi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never met him, but I know you guys talk about him a lot.
Okay. All right, so I actually already spoke with him. I told him I would bring it back to the table. He sent me that email, and that's what we're doing here tonight. This is his first one. He's already made some, already got people on. I think it's like seven, or actually 4. He's trying to do 4, 1 for each season, and so he's already got people on board for the next one, and so he's been really making a lot of moves, and I mean he's really committed to what he's doing, And so I talked to him and I said, hey, check this out. I didn't know any of this prior to him sending it, but I said, man, because he already wanted us to be a part of it. I said, man, we'll come in there and we'll sell product. And what we usually do is we'll give like 20% of the proceeds to you. How does that sound? And then he was like, yeah, man, let's do it. Uh, and so, I mean, he went as far as like, man, say something like when there's a break, you know, you get up in there and say something about Oost Juice and all this, and I was like, I don't know about all that. He's so product, but he's like one of those guys that just like always want like inspire, kind of like us. Like we really want to inspire people, and we're motivational a lot of times, and he's the same way. Like he really gets get people to feel where he's coming from. And that's what he was trying to get us to do. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know. We'll talk about it. But I'm going to meet up with him and go check out the spots. And he said, wherever we want to set up, you know, we'll go in there, you know, and set up our booth and come that time, wherever we want. And I said, cool, man. And so I don't know what everyone else felt about it.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing as you. Is like, obviously, I know what we're facing as far as money wise, and I just look at it like, is there something else we could do? Like, maybe the day of, we can go help out and set things up, and work our way on to some of the promotional stuff, and maybe pay for the booth or whatever.
Oh yeah, well to be honest, like that's that's the great thing. Like just because like we know this guy. I mean, he knows us. We know him, and that was the whole thing about the 20%. Like
Yeah,
we get in there, we're not like here goes our thing. Just like we worked out with other people or other companies. Well, we come in there like when we did with IRF, and we gave
yeah,
away all that product, and they just said if anybody asks you, just say, "Oh, you got this type of sponsorship package or whatever." So Angelo, yeah, Angelo already, you know, it's all good. I mean, he was happy because we support him already, and like we were already. He said, "Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, you guys come in like correct, basically 20." Yeah, and I said, "Yeah, that's. I mean, obviously, you want us to do something, we gonna back you too. We gonna be in this help you out. Now, we can't give you anything monetarily, but besides that 20% off of sales, but." I mean, that's what it is. If you want us in there, we'll be there, and we'll get the banner posted up and all of that too. So when people ask, we just say we got a silver package or something. That's
yeah,
what he
yeah.
told me. Yeah. So we're all good with that, and you know,
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah,
Nah, I mean, if that's there's no discussion really. I mean,
I know.
don't
Yeah,
understand. The embassy we live down the street.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. And then he also told me because he was like, yeah, man, and the bartender, if they want to make drinks or whatnot, and I was like, oh, we start getting into it about what they kind of do at End Up and what you guys went out and did just out on the town, just trying it out, seeing what they could
Yeah,
come up with. And he's like, oh, hell yeah, we can even make that. And I told him, like, man, we can make like a signature drink or whatever and then have the bartender make it and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, hell yeah, because he'll have the whole crew making it and we'll just keep on promoting and pushing it for the event, the evening. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. And
telling you,
so,
oos
yeah. So that's what it is. I don't know when I'm going to meet up with him, but probably that September 1st or whatever. Just go check it out, and then we'll keep you guys posted with all that.
All right.
And then I wanted to keep you guys updated with, excuse me, with what's going on as far as Seed Capital, and what they've been doing for the past couple of weeks. And so I spoke with a couple credit card companies already. They've approved me. As far as I know, there's like I got two approvals, um, and they should be arriving within the next, well, within 7 to 10 days. So either next week or the week after is when I should be receiving those two credit cards. One, I don't know what the amount is. Um, Not sure yet. But on the other one, I do know what the amount is, and I was approved of 4,000 on one, 4,000 unsecured line on one of the credit cards, and so I'm waiting to hear back from them. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what else they're gathering up. But I know that my credit, the site that's monitoring my credit card, the site that's monitoring my credit score, and it alerts me like for all these new inquiries. I don't know which. I know that two, like I said, two of them stuck, and so what the idea is once again is to get these cards and then extract the money from them, and then put it in, and they're going to walk me through these steps and whatnot. But extract the money from these credit cards where you're at 0% interest, and you can have this, capital for cash flow. That's the goal. Now, what I'm not sure of is because I wanted to try it because it was like so easily. I wanted somebody else to try it to see what they would be able to do. But there's like this site, right? It's called USAA, and I mean that's the site that I went on to create this like account or whatnot, and that's one of the program or one of the credit cards is on that site that approved me, and it was like so easy. So I was like, man, I wonder if someone could just go on there and like just try it out and go through that little process of answering a few short questions and be able to get another credit card, like a 4,000. I'm not sure how it works, but I mean, from what I did, like the steps that I took, if it's that easy, I mean, because there was nothing more than that. You set up this account, and then within a couple days, you go to apply for this credit card. You go through these steps, and then bam, you'll find out within, it says a couple hours, or if it's past 8 or whatever, then you'll be notified by the next day. The first time I did it wrong, but then the second time they hit me back within 2 hours, like literally 2 hours, and they told me that I was approved. And then next thing you know, the 7 to 10 days comes to be expecting that credit card. So uh, that's kind of the good news as far as when I'm thinking about things and I'm saying, wow, how much do we really believe in this whole God is in control thing? And I start looking at little things like, why did I mess up on this order? As far as ordering less amount of base than we actually needed. Then I put in perspective, I ordered less because we don't even have the money for it. Like right now, like if we would have ordered everything that we ordered for the base, we would be in the negative. I mean, well, actually, the credit card would be less. We would probably like have a thousand or maybe $1,000 on a credit card on our $10,000 business credit card, but would pretty much be wiped out if we ordered more of base, the 45 gallons that we needed. So I said, oh man, that's why we ordered less. That's what and I try to look at all the positives and try to for myself and just figure out and explain it to myself why do these things happen the way they do. And I said, okay, if God is in control, things are gonna happen. So God is in control. He knows what situation we're in. He knows our circumstances. He knows that our production day got pushed back. where we're not even able to make money because we can't go out to any spots and give them product that they need and get what our end for providing them a service. So, damn, that right there, he opens up the door for that credit card of $4,000. The other credit card that's going to come in I'm not sure, but when it comes in, I'll definitely let you guys know. Two things right there working in our favor on time because God is in control. And then even the situation with you and the other partner, that right there, like all in his time, and whatever works out, however it works out, it was all because he was always in control. And so the more and more I'm looking at things, and I don't know if you've seen that movie, what is that, 23, where he's obsessed with numbers, but I kind of find myself in the same kind of predicament where I'm not obsessed with numbers, but I'm obsessed with just trying to figure out why certain things happen to the extent, and then how, putting the pieces to the puzzle together to understand, okay, this is why it happened, but look at after all that happened, if you can put the pieces of the puzzle together, what does it add up to? And that's how I'm looking at it. And so far for me, from what I've gained from this little experience of this production run, everything that's just been hitting us, like just constantly, it was just, God is, hey, I'm in control. I'm in control. Don't worry about it. Don't trip, man. I'm gonna make a way. Just keep on doing your part. I'll make a way. I'll make a way. Don't trip. And so far, he's continuing to prove himself, like he has repeatedly, like he has always and will continue to do. And it just comes down to us. Just comes down to us just having that little bit of faith to believe and trust that he's got it. He's got it. And whatever people may say or however they may feel, I mean, this is just coming from me, from my personal experience and going through this, because nobody is as stressed out as me, because all these things are happening. It's like, dang, and you never even know, like, just what we've learned about the beverage industry is it can be very unforgiving, and that's why so many people fail in it. So many brands just fail because, look, we could easily, just because we didn't we haven't had product in the past, we could just say a month because we haven't been going out there hitting it tough. We haven't had anything. But easily our retailers could just say, yeah, you know what, this could happen again. What if this happens again? I don't want to deal with this. And easily our product is off the shelf like that. But fortunately for us, we have a good product and people really like it, and they're going out there no matter what. So, kind of helps in a way. But who knows? I mean, it could easily went the other way for us, and people don't want to do business with us, and then this is where the cookie crumbles, and that 66% of businesses fail in the second year, where all that starts to come to pass, and you're saying, wow, just how much success one can experience in the first year. Fools can make money in any fool can make money in a good market, and then the second year comes and you're like, oh man, and everything just falls apart, and you're looking at yourself like, dang, what just happened here? But that's where we on our end, we have to just be grateful that we're still here, and then our production run. I'm going to bring it up. We got a production run scheduled for 8:30 tomorrow morning. So we'll be going out there, and Oosh Juice will be made, and I'll be headed up there your way to drop off half of the load, which is like 50 cases. And then these guys will be servicing the rest of these accounts that need servicing. And we'll kill two birds with one stone tomorrow at least. So you got some product up there, and then you can service Hayward. I'll stop by a few of those accounts. So I won't. I'm not going to be able because I'm dropping off some in San Jose. I'm not going to be able to get you the whole 50. I'm going to stop by those other stores as well to see where they're at. So we'll be making another trip up within the next, couple weeks, whatever, just so that you have, product on hand. But that is that's where we're at right now. That's pretty much all the updates from my end. And
Yeah, I just say that. I mean, I think it's everything like you said happens for a reason, and the more we try to understand this thing, I think you point out a great point that as long as we understand that God is in control, and a lot of the unforeseen things that are out of our control, just understand and know that if we are doing our part, which is, you know, our relationship with these other, with these different accounts. Some we're gonna be okay at, and some, like you said, they're probably not gonna like it, and it just goes to show, again, how good we are telling our story, how good we are, or how good we've told the story to where that they're bought in now. I believe that there are many accounts out here and out there, and basically all of our accounts. There's many of them that these people fully bought in, so they're not worried about time frame like that. They're more so like, hey, we want to help you, and if people are asking for it, we want to have it because it's going to help us more. Consistency. I'll just share today. Like, I went to one of the places, and I just told him, I was like, hey, we haven't, we're right now, I'm sorry I haven't got back to you yet, but definitely everything is still in motion. And they were just like, well, don't worry about it. You have a good product, and people are asking about it. That's a good thing for you guys. And this is coming from a store that I didn't think had a whole lot of potential, just based on demographics and what's going on. But they're like, hey, I had to take down you guys' flyers because people kept asking about it. And so now I went back and I gave them more flyers and everything. And so they're just like, yeah, as soon as we get the product, we'll put it back out on the counter. But they literally went through their stack of flyers. Like, people are really reading them, and they're just like, yeah, it's really good, and you should try it out. And people go and they try it out for the first time. They're like, oh, this is really good. How many flavors do they have? So still a lot of things in the works with, like I said, the way we sold ourselves and the way we told our story, depending on how well it was received, I think we still got a chance. And not only have a chance with some of these retailers that might not be there fully with us yet, but again, it's like these are things that any business goes through, things that are unforeseen. And the more I think we set ourselves up either for failure or for success by the way we talk to these people. And it's just, finding that common ground. The common ground is, hey, how many struggles have you went through in your business? And this is what we ask people, when they're getting on us about, oh man, trying to give us a hard time about what we're doing and, what they think. We just remind them of the struggles they went through. And, just like, hey, we are going to go through these struggles, but just continue to give us that chance. That's all we ask. And we'll show you, what we mean by dare to turn your dream into reality. We might be quiet for a couple, weeks here and there, but we're still here. Whereas others, like you say, fell off or, lost the motivation, lost the drive. But just let them know, we're still here. We're going to be here. Nothing's going to take us out unless we just call it quits. But that ain't happening. So.
So do you have any cases on you, or they're all gone?
Nah, yeah, they're done.
All right.
The other cases that I do have are for end up. I got to drop off the last few, but I just been, how I just drop off some cases here and there.
Yeah.
I went and dropped off 5, and I got to drop off the rest to make it 10, and then I'll collect that. But I have like 5 left. I just haven't brought it over there yet.
Oh, so you got 5 cases and that's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Dropped off another 4 to Valero on San Bruno the other day.
Who was that? Yesterday or?
Yesterday, yeah.
So here's a big thing right here that I too bad no like not everyone's here, but as far as from a marketing standpoint, I know we talked about this on multiple occasions. As far as a marketing standpoint, how do you feel about and here goes the thing, it's like growth and profits, right?
Hmm.
And I didn't even get to read this article, but there's just those two words, growth and profits. So how do opening up this online store tomorrow, here goes like some of the things that we face. One, we can't ship to Hawaii or Alaska. And the reason why is because the application that we're using, that little shop site,
Hmm.
whatever, it
Shopify.
only, yeah, the shop site, yeah, shop site, the application, it only allows like the flat rate, like as far as shipping, flat rate, no, free shipping, um, by weight, and what was the other one? Well, anyways, I mean that's pretty much. We put hiring about how can we get if we wanted. Sorry about that, dude. Where did I cut out?
Man, honestly, it was I don't even know. It just started. It said, and then it just started going out. So I just refreshed it.
Yeah. Oh, so
It was right in the beginning though, before you started explaining everything.
yeah. So all right, those two words. This from like trying to get your opinion from a marketing perspective. The reason why I say that, like the shop site starter, they this is how the shipping is done. You can ship by weight, the ship by currency. There's a flat rate shipping, or then you have free shipping. And my question was to when I had contacted iPage, I said, so how do you do it? Like if we have a flat rate shipping via UPS of $21, how can we include Hawaii and Alaska when their expenses are a lot higher than $21? And they went and did the research and whatnot, and they said that we had to upgrade to the next whatever the premium service for us to be able to ship by zip code. I said, wow, so we're paying 29 whatever, we paid the 29.95 whatever, and we would have to upgrade to a $79 plan just to be able to send out packages by zip code and should be able to get those pricings. I said that makes no sense at all. That's actually retarded, but that's what they said. So for us, we can't put a flat rate shipping on it at $21 because of the fact that those two states they have more. It costs more to ship out to them. But then we can't put no we can't put free shipping because of the fact that if we're charging a certain amount, like let's say we charge $100, right? We're charging $100 per case, and people order from Hawaii. $69 goes into shipping, so we're getting $40. It doesn't make any sense. Basically, is what I'm saying. So the idea was, okay, let's take out Hawaii and Alaska. Let's exclude them from the list for now until we find, how to really go about this thing. But getting to it, growth, and getting to where I was, talking what I started with, growth and profits. Would it be wise? Because basically, if you want to run a campaign, it's got to be in a way that people are just moved and compelled to want to spend with you. If you don't run it effectively, obviously no one's going to do anything. So do we just say, you know what, scrap the idea of trying to sell a case for 100? We go at our regular price, $60, and we do the buy one get one free, and just keep it moving like that. Because we're looking at two things. Once again, if it's about profits, then we're going to go with the $100. But if it's about growth and we're trying to get people in the door and we're saying, okay, then we're going to go with what we ran last year, the BOGO. With that BOGO, it's a lot different because now we're not direct to your door. This is going through mail. There's more expenses involved. And it eats up at the bottom line if we do a BOGO buy one get one free at $60 per case plus free shipping. That's 20. We're only making like $40 off of that or something. Like, we'll just say $40. What is that? 60 take away 40, 21. So we're making $39 off of a case. If we add
to Hawaii, Samoa, all those other places except for Alaska and Hawaii, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't click on none of those places because you can add them, but I didn't click on it. And I was trying to go to this other option. The people were supposed to call me back where it's international shipping where you basically someone puts an order and it's international. We send it to their warehouse in Florida, and then from Florida it goes to its final destination. It's something that was on the back end of that, the shop site starter, and I was hoping to get a call from somebody today, but I know it's in the works, so hopefully they'll call me this upcoming week, and that will be the way. Depending on what they're talking about, that'll be the way to opening up international sales. But yeah, I don't think. See, and that's the thing because there's so many variables that it's hard to understand how we want to play this. Because free shipping is big, everybody likes free shipping, and then if you have shipping, it's kind of like, oh man, I don't want to pay this. So it's like, what are we gonna do? I mean, the clock is ticking, and
well, $79 a month for the upgrade to the new package.
Yeah, I'll wait. No, because the $29.95 paid for the whole year for the second one, and then that premium was like 79. What the hell was it? 79.95 or something.
Because I mean, if anything, if it's gonna be free still, or through that, if we upgrade, I think that's a better investment because then it allows us to just make money. You know what I mean? Like, I mean that we look at that as an investment if it is that, um, and I mean it adds those other two states, and it also, like I said, we don't have to worry about that extra worry. That's more of just the cost of doing business. I mean, we'll get it back. I mean, if you look at it too, it's like growth and profit because you'll get it back in the end. I mean, just us paying that initial fee, then it opens us up to have, shipping across the states to where we don't have to worry about it. Then it opens, I mean, think about it. We have a lot of people from Alaska asking. We have a lot of people from Hawaii? Hawaii
Yeah.
asking, and if we cancel those, I mean, that's half of the battle right there, I would say. I mean, just like that's the reason why I'm asking about international, Australia and New Zealand, and because I mean, I know people are constantly asking from out there. So I think that if we can figure that cost out, if okay, we pay for this cost, what does that enable us? Is it free shipping? Is it whatever? I mean, obviously, if we upgrade on that, with the uh, go with the next package, I mean, it also has to come with some other stuff as far as the website as well. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we decide if we want to do free shipping. Um, that's a trigger that we have to pull. And I was just thinking, if we're gonna go for $100, then it's basically free shipping involved with
Yeah.
$100. But it couldn't be free shipping to Hawaii or Alaska because we would be killing ourselves. Like, why would we ship a case that costs way more than what we're getting? We're only
Yeah.
making like $40 off a case. I mean,
I'd
to
say
us,
I'd
yeah,
also I don't understand that. I'd just say that why would we even think about free shipping anyways? Like we should let people pay for their shipping if they want it that bad. I don't
yeah.
think it's less of a burden on them if they have to pay for it. Like, oh man, I want it so bad that yeah, I'll pay for my shipping. It's nothing.
That is true.
I
That
mean
was
that's
it was just because of the article, like one of these articles I read about shipping,
yeah,
and a lot of people just getting turned off
yeah.
and on paying for the shipping expenses. But once again, you're right. If people want a product so bad, they're going to pay for it regardless, and then you can always come back later and just say, "Hey, man, let's do free shipping now." When we do get to a point like
I mean,
that,
that's an added value too if we do change it up and we get free shipping. But I think the way we do that too is like this will give us a gauge on who's going to really order online. You know what I mean? Because if we offer that, I mean, it gives us another, how you say, another one up that we can use later on. Like, okay, cool. Thank you for all your our loyal customers online. But here's a new thing. We know how people hate shipping, and here you go. This is another added value for you. Join the Juice team, and you get free shipping. Stuff like that. Like later on, once we're fully, established, or more established than we are now. I mean, people understand, the startup and just getting going. I mean, it's I don't think it's that bad as we would think.
yeah.
Um, but I think, like I said, later on down the line, you add that value to it. Like, man, guess what? Oosh used to ship for free. Like people love stuff like that later on. Drawing value for every little thing we do.
So now, with that being said, do we run the Proud to Pay?
Proud to pay is $100 a case.
Yeah, plus shipping and
I mean, we could do that for now, and see what happens. Do it for a short period of time, or you know what I mean, or a set period of time, and then after that, you know, run the normal.
because here goes the thing with the whole Proud to Pay, and it's something that I had come across with the that 80/20 that I was talking about when I read this article, and they're talking about how people be doing this, like, oh yeah, just pay 1 penny plus shipping and handling for this, ultimate product or whatever, and you get all these people that, oh hell yeah, they 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 pay the it's really more than 1 penny, the 6 7 bucks and a penny, but still you get all these people that will spend, but then those people that won't spend, and the idea was actually, little did it know, is it was to find who the hell those loyal customers were.
Yeah.
That was the whole idea, and that's so when I had come across that information, I was like, okay, well, if we're gonna do a proud to pay at $100, well, we're gonna really see who's really proud to pay and really wants to see this movement grow, exponentially, and that's why I really wanted to test the waters with that, because to be honest, it's online right now because we don't have like a real like we don't come up number one on the first page if people were to type in organically. We're not going to come up, but because of that, it's basically like online right now is like a door to door, or somebody that just happened to stumble across our site. Like, oh dang, what Oosh Juice? What is this? There's not that much following yet, and there's not that much. We're not getting that much response to create, or that's driving so much traffic that people know about it. It's still kind of like this exclusivity feel. This, oh dang, I didn't even think about this, or I didn't even know about this juice. What is this? And so you still have that, like that point, that card that a lot of people, are just intrigued by the product, and will just say, oh, you know what? Well, let's just try it. If it's $100, man, it must be something good. And it just got me thinking about, already when people respond or email, why is it $100 for a case and shipping and all this? And I just think about brands. Jordan's, nobody's ever questioning him. Then I went and did my research on products in our category, our direct competitors. We got like premium juice beverages, super premium juice beverages. The list is like Palm Wonderful, the ones that we had on our marketing research report. Palm Wonderful, Evolution Fresh, and Zambazon. Those things are going for $60+. And there's only less. There's like the Palm Wonderful one. They got all these different products. They all got different products, but some of them are selling like 6 ounces, 12 ounces, and they're going for $80. I'm like, oh hell no! I mean, and this is all on Amazon. And then I look at like Suja, which is a HPP drink, but still, it's like $121 for like 12 bottles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh dang! So that was really I really just want to have ammunition. That's why I did that little bit of research and whatnot, just to see what our competitors pricing theirs, especially on Amazon, and then I just wanted to get feedback from you guys, just to see, hey man, if we're gonna pull this trigger, let's pull it, and then hey, it is what it is. People are gonna come, they're gonna be like, oh man, but then hopefully we get those one or two that just be like, hey man, I want to see this closer to me, and I want this to be here, so I don't have no problem spending.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win. You know what I mean? Because one, if it doesn't work out, then obviously we know where we're at with that, and we gotta maybe come with a different game plan. But if it works out, and obviously it puts us in a better position. It puts us in a driving, in a driver's seat, and what we can and can't do, up and down with it. But like you said, it still has that mass appeal that it is. It's still fresh. Still people got that appeal of, man, for reals? What? Oh man, this is tight. Like just hearing about it for the first time. But I guess this is like one of those, just the same as everything else has been for us. I mean, we really won't know unless we try some things out. And I just think that, by us opening that door and even trying and getting a product out that way, again, it continues to let people know, man, we're trying, we're growing. It might not be to your standard or how fast, but, little by little, we're growing. And I think it's just, by us getting our feet wet with this, again, it'll show us what's our best options. Why? Because we're going to see the trials and errors that happen, throughout the process. But yeah, I think we just continue. Like I said, we're in a totally different ball game as other beverages, and it has a lot to do with our story. It has a lot to do with our message and what we want from people. And I think that, like we say, man, it's about the story. You can have a product that tastes good, you can have a product that looks good, but people really identify, and they become loyal customers because of stories. You know what I mean? And I just think we're, like I said, we're right there. It's gonna just take a lot more communicating the story to people to make them feel like, hey, man, this is well worth my money. Yeah. Again, I mean, putting it in putting it in their faces, like, this is obviously, it's a healthier beverage, and so it's in a premium market. You look at, and we do the same thing. You compare and contrast, like, hey, you're buying a case of Palm Wonderful, you're buying a case of Suja for $120, like, Ushers is only $100, or you know what I mean? Like, we continue to use that so that people look and they say, oh, well, damn, it is pretty comparable, and it kind of takes the stigma of, does it really cost too much? Well, again, it goes back to the communication. Well, you're putting something healthier into your body, so we don't hear, probably if we were in that situation, we would probably hear it, from the Palm Wonderfuls and the Sujas and Zambazons. Like, we probably would hear it, man. People saying, oh, man, it's too expensive, but people still buy it, and that's what we have to understand. Like, man, again, it's all about the same way, we look at what stores are we going to be able to keep and what stores, are locked for us already. Who's going to support us? It's the same gamble. It's, hey, the more we explain the product, the more we communicate it, then obviously the better chance we have in succeeding on the online market and succeeding on, changing people's mindsets of what they're purchasing. Because really, that's what it comes down to. If you feel that, if it has some kind of how do you say, if there's a positive effect on why you want to order it, or there's some emotional attachment, like all these people, man, how can I get this to Australia? Let me know, whatever it takes. Like, those are the people. Hey, our online store is open. We want to try it out. Order a case. See what it does. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I think we're never gonna really know, and we won't get an accurate we won't get an accurate idea of it unless we try it. I mean, I think that's just what it comes down to. And I mean, we look at ourselves just like the greats. We look at ourselves just like Nipsey Hussle, and we talked about that. Hey, if he could do it, why can't we? You know what I mean?
Sure.
We just got to keep looking at it that way. The reason why he was successful, again, is because of innovation. If everybody's doing it, that's not where innovation is. Innovation is where people are doing other stuff. They're doing the off the wall. Like, a lot of people will probably look at us, and it'll probably be our own people, say, man, you guys are crazy. Why are you selling for that much? But it's the same thing. They looked at us at $2.99. You guys are crazy. Why are you selling for $2.99? Hey, people still buying it, And I just feel like, we just gotta pull them arrows back and shoot them.
Yeah, and then just to add on to the reason why I wanted to look at these other drinks in our category, and we were on this whole hype of, man, we got to do more, and it's just to really see if these dudes they're not doing anything more. They're just selling a straight up drink. They're not giving away no free shirts or, no wristbands or anything, no decals. It's just a straight up product, and that's it. And you're going to enjoy this. And that's why I was like, oh, man, that's bold. to just be on Amazon, especially because they're paying premium price just to have their product on Amazon. They're paying that little fee every month, and then they're charging all of this plus taxes too. And I was just saying, oh yeah. So I mean, I guess what it comes down to is just for us to just go at it, for what it's worth. I mean, just to go into it and say, okay, we did it, we tried it, let's move on. The other thing that I wanted to do was I had been thinking about a website, and I said, okay, why does everybody always say, like, from our perspective, looking at websites, yeah, there's some pretty dope ones that people have paid for, and then there's other ones that just people have made, and it's cool to us, and then even ours, and I was just like, dang, why does everyone say it needs to be, we need to, like, upgrade it or something? Because I just thought it was, I mean, we got like the pictures that we need, um, and we got the information that we want to get across. And I said, what is the deal? Why do people keep on saying this? And then I just started thinking about colors, and what really like moves people, I guess you could say. And I probably just looking back at the the layout of our website, and just saying, oh, okay, maybe it's because it seems kind of dark and gloomy. It gives off that feel because of the color scheme, and it doesn't flow. So what I did was I said, okay, if we're gonna open up this online store on Saturday, let's switch it up because we definitely need to. And so all I did was just change it into a more lighter feel. Um, because look at the white goes perfect with this picture right here, and then the blue font color. It just now it feels a lot like more inviting. I should say, just because it just everything else. I mean, it goes together. So what I did was I just started making things a lot run it a lot smoother as far as what we had going on, and just try to clean it up as best as possible, just by putting some things in order. So that's what I did with the nutritional facts, and then the ingredients, and then I just moved over to the side, the evolution of us. I stripped out what we had at the bottom. Just it was just extra unnecessary, I should say, because everything else, I mean, everything we need to say is right here, within these words right here, and the other one is just adding on to it. Um, Video, photos, all this. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, everything is pretty much the same. It's just the color scheme is different and it's more livelier, and that's what I wanted to get across when I switched up the uh, the layout. And, so all this is pretty much still, all the stores, whatnot. The one thing I the thing I changed right here, and this is what I was thinking about. Like, what do you think from a marketing perspective? Oh, would you be intrigued? Not if you seen Proud to Pay, what would that say to you instead of buy or shop or store? I mean, I know it's like we talk about this all the time. Sometimes you just got to be direct. But what do you think, or what do you feel if you were to just see a tab saying Proud to Pay? Would that strike you as like, oh, this is kind of intriguing. What do they mean by this? Or would you just want?
I think that's perfect because it obviously it separates. Everybody knows, oh, checkout or your cart or shop. Like everybody knows that. But Proud to Pay, they might just stumble on it like, oh, what is that? And then click on it and then see whatever's in there, and that might be the ultimate decision-making point for them to pay or to purchase. But when people just see shop or purchase ooze juice or like shopping cart, like they already know it means that they're going to be buying something, and so it's kind of like people just snooping around and stumbling on there, which I think most people will anyways. Just to, what's proud to pay mean, you know?
Yeah.
But and that's honestly that's really what it is. I mean, we really want people to get to that page, whether they go through the entire website or not. That's what the website is really set up for them to make it to that page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if all in all actuality, yes, we want to tell them what it's about. We want to give them information, but at the same time, that's the reason why this website is created, is so that we can get people to the buying process, just like everything else we do. Everything is to get people to the buying process, to the buying mentality, so that they purchase the product. But yeah, I think that's way better than it's. You know, I definitely look at it like, oh, what does proud to pay me? You know, and again, whether I was ready to buy or not, you know, at least I seen it.
Yeah, you got to the page.
Got to, you know?
So, all right, well, one on the our product page, the button join the movement, it was linked to videos and photos page, but I linked it to the Proud to Pay just so, what is join the movement? Okay, how do we join the movement? But the thing that kind of was that I've been working on, or just trying to capture, is the like what. I mean, I've looked at a lot of sites, and obviously they got graphic designers and people that build websites for them. But on our page, what is it gonna do? Like when you click on Proud to Pay, this is what you're gonna see right here. You're gonna see this right here. You're gonna see that, and just at the bottom, it's a slide, and then that. And I was just trying to figure out like what is. It's simple, but yet, do we need to add like something to it? Oh, that's what I forgot. I had grand opening and Proud to Pay. I have to re-add that because I was just working on this. But those are the two things. And the grand opening was in green, and the Proud to Pay was in blue. And the reason why I chose those colors is because I did that research, like I was saying, and it's talking about green and blue. Blue is calming. Green, it makes those two colors make people want to spend more. And so that's why I use those colors in the title that I have to add. But I mean, there's not a lot, there's not a lot going on. But at the same time, there's not a lot going on anybody else's page that you go and you try and buy a product from. But everything is linked. I mean, when you go to add the card, what I do is switched up the what I do. I switched up the store
Yeah.
layout to this one to so it can match or whatnot. Uh, Pretty simple stuff, but I mean that's it right there. I'm gonna kind of slow now, but that's pretty much it right there. Any thoughts, ideas?
I'm just looking at it. I just went and checked out a couple other pages, but I mean, I mean, really, there's not a whole lot. The difference is the graphic design of it all. They got a lot of these other pages. They got a lot better pictures. Um, you know, the layout of everything is a little bit better as far as they have more to offer. Us, it's kind of hard because we only got one, you know, we got one product. Um, yeah, just we got to figure out how to get some better graphic design behind, I guess, or something that matches a beverage. So I'm just looking at Palm Wonderful right now,
Yeah.
and they just have a bunch of pictures. I mean, yeah, they have certain things out there that kind of go into explanation, but really it's just like it's everything. It's the pictures that really bring things out.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I wonder, again, what comes with the upgrade, because maybe we get more slides, maybe we get more, home pages.
Well, that's the thing with this, like that shop site. It's it's it'll allow you to create your like a whole new basically e-commerce website. It'll allow you. You can do that with the regular one, but it's just the time frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We don't know nothing about, like, it took me hella long just to figure out how to, mess around with all this, just adding the links to the proper to our website, and then adding the other things as well. And I watched like a few YouTube videos and just try to play around with it and mess around with, and it, even though it's as simple as they make it,
yeah, it's still
for
hard.
those, yeah, that aren't skilled and they're just going at it like us, it's a lot more harder than people than they make it out to be. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can definitely do that, and then even with the whole WordPress thing they got going on, I mean, it, it, there are things that come along, but you look at the graphic designs, like having an actual graphic designer that can do some things for you
Yeah,
so that you can put it up and enhance it. But we're not going to be able to get much further than what we're doing right now because
yeah.
of the fact that we don't have those abilities. We're just really just, this is what looks good to us, or
For real.
yeah.
I think too is there are. Yeah, I think I mean, obviously, really just comes down to that. But if we can mimic like the little things, like we don't need to be here. Let me just screenshot this real quick. See, like this right here. Just I think what will help us out is just placement of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even that, like you said, it's hard if you really don't know how to. Like, see how this is? It's like it's very similar to what we have, but it's just I don't know. I don't know about there's something about the placement, like from how big the font is to the product here to the explanation and then the nutritious facts on the side with ingredients. It's
uh,
very similar, but their shit is they just look
Together.
even right here. You can tell
Yeah.
that they're not fully 100. Look at this right here. It's off.
Yeah.
See how it's up a little bit?
Yeah.
But I mean, if we can try to figure out, I mean, it all comes down to like these minor details that just make it like the separation of these, from one another. Just how they're set up. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's very easy. They're just the columns here, but it's just how they set it up. You
Uh,
know, I
and
think
then they
if we
got
can
those
get good at,
shots, and
huh?
it's just like, damn.
Exactly. Those. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's like we're never gonna get there unless we have quality pics like this. Like if we had a picture like this, that was really nice, it'd be easy for us to do something very similar to this. Then we look at, just text size. You know what I mean? Like that compared to that, all the way to these up here. Like everything is pretty symmetrical, I guess you would say. You know what I mean?
Uh,
They're like evenly spaced. The wording is not too big. It's not too small. Everything there's a formula to text size and all that. And I think if we can get close to understanding that, then
and even with the bottom, I just noticed the bottom of it. It says
yeah,
these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
yeah. Tom
See,
Wonderful LLC.
see, and that, just by that right there, I'm gonna add that little thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
but that's
I'm
what I'm
gonna,
saying. I think it's us just pulling out little things like this and being able to put it on there. That's what's gonna help us get closer to it looking like this, like what we want.
yeah. Because on the buy page, I'm gonna switch it up. I mean, I had this other picture that we had used on Instagram, but it's just not the feel that I want. And the bottle that we have on that buy page is our on the Proud to Pay page is because there was no background. It it was just straight. I mean that was done by someone who took a quality shot, and there wasn't anything behind it. And I said, oh, if this is white on white. So if we're doing white on white, this would be the picture to go with no background. And then I was like, man, what the hell could we do with it? I mean, it's just one bottle. I'm not, skilled in,
Yeah.
making like duplicating it to make it look, oh, dang, like how we do the 3 bottle shots or whatever.
I mean, that's really the hard part about it. No matter what we try, if you really don't know that much, it's always gonna be hard. Yeah, I think we'll be all right though. Like I said, if we can just make minor adjustments to certain things, like you said, you brought up a good point. Like I think that's what it was. Now that you mention it, I think our page was too dark. Like all that black around. I mean, maybe we can change just the top and the bottom, like Palm Wonderful, to be black, and then everything else around be white. Uh, I don't know, but I think we could try some things out.
Yeah. Well, that comes
But yeah,
with if we were to purchase our own, because these templates are already made,
yeah,
and that's if we purchase our own WordPress or whatever theme, then we can make those adjustments. But with these ones already being already made, that's how they look.
yeah. Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Uh,
I tell you one thing, better hope we don't get no money though. I mean,
um,
let's just hope. Because once we get some money, access to some money, shit, it's gonna be like, damn, for reals. They're lucky we're
yeah,
just nickel and diming it right now.
that's what I'm saying, man. It's like, man, it's the what was that?
I said, I'm just telling you, they better hope I don't hit the lotto, nigga, because it's a wrap.
Man, if somebody could,
I'm just saying, like, better watch out.
yeah, yeah. It's like the deeper and deeper we get into this thing, and we start seeing why companies fail, and then the ones that do like hang on, and it really comes down to uh, it wasn't even really about money at all. Like all those people that say it, like they made it, and it wasn't really about money. It
Yep.
was about they was just really uh, inspired to do something that they're compelled. They had all their heart in it, and it was just really just making it come to pass. And that's what I'm looking at right now, because to be honest, it's like so easy to give up. Like, damn, man, we need money. We know we need money. We need capital get us there. But yet, it's not coming the way we want it. It's coming in bits and pieces, little increments here and there. And it's like, what are we doing with this? And just like how Will said, man, I thought I got the side job just so I could start working on this, but yet it's going back to paying bills. And it's similar with us. It's like, dang, we get this little money here and there, these little loans or whatever, but it's just going to pay another bill. And that's why what I realize is that's why so many people just give up and throw in a towel, is because they're not able to withstand or be patient enough to say, okay, man, these little increments, okay, let me just keep on getting them, because they're all adding up no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm paying off this, paying off that, but in the end, if I continue to ride this thing out, they're going to get bigger and bigger. And it's just like with us. We got little small loans of $2,500. Then it went up a little bit more, $4,500. Then it went up a little bit more. Now we're getting, we're going after $25K now. And it's just, that process is so, it could whoop you. It could really just say, man, you ain't nothing. And if you don't have that mentality to stick it out, then yeah, you're gonna throw in the towel. But if you do, then you're gonna say, dang, just like everybody else, like, oh man, we finally made it. And it was because of those little bits and pieces that got us to the bigger bits and pieces, and then just everything that what we grew up on. If you're faithful with the small things, I'm gonna open up some bigger windows, some bigger doors, and right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
really
what
goes
it
down.
is. Yeah, for real. It's tough, but just gotta keep on believing and trusting. He is in control, and if you can do that long enough, longer than others, there you go. But other than that, man, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get to work on this, and then upping, follow through with getting that next whatever it was, $79. It's,
Is that a one-time fee for the year, or is it?
I believe so. I'm gonna check it out again. I believe so. I mean, if we pay $29.95 for the year, I wouldn't. It would be crazy if we had to pay that for monthly, because then we could just go to any other one, like Volusion or Shopify. It's cheaper there, but I don't think it's $79 a month. If it is, I'm just gonna be like, what the man? And you're not even ranked top 10. You're just on.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, man, appreciate your time. Go ahead and end us out in prayer. We get on our separate ways.
Oh, me?
Oh yeah.
Oh. Father, Lord, give you praise, glory, and honor, because you're worthy, Father, Lord. We thank you for the challenges, because the challenges show us who we are. And you've given us a lot different from what else is in front of us. Give us the challenges, and I know that you're also going to give us the way. So, Father, just keep us hungry. If anything, keep us connected, keep our spirits up in this business venture, because just like Book said, man, a lot of people bow out because of little things that they can't handle. But we understand that a lot of those things we can't handle, it's not that we can't handle them, but it's more so we can't control it. And we just need to do the best with what we can control, Father. What we can control is our effort. What we can control is showing up to meetings. What we can control is us getting in our notes and our cheat sheets and continuing to keep our product in front of us, Father. Those are the things that we can control. And for everything else, we know that you're going to open the door, you're going to make a way, you're going to give us insight or direct us to a person. Whatever it may be, Father, Lord, you're going to give us an answer. but we have to be willing to continue to go after it and seek those things, Father Lord. You said in your word, seek ye first the kingdom, and all these other things will be added. We understand that, Father Lord, and we just thank you for the journey thus far. A lot of things are on our plate, and when our plate is filled up, that means we got to eat it. And therefore, everything that's on our plate, Father, I believe that, is on our plate for a reason. And just like the body needs nutrients, Father Lord, I believe we need these things in business so that we can be successful, so that we can make better decisions and not make the mistakes that previous businesses have made. So continue to put those things on our plate, Father Lord. We know that you won't give us anything that we can't handle. And that's where we're at right now. So we thank you. We love you. Be with the rest of the team wherever they're at tonight, with their families, and bless them and their families, and just continue to be with us on this journey, Father Lord. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. We thank you again. Amen.
Amen. Sir.